for joining us for our last availability of the day. We have Sammy Watkins available for you. That being said, we'll get started here with Bobby Trossett.
Hey, Sammy, good to meet you virtually. You're going to have a chance now to have played with two of the game's most prolific quarterbacks, right? Patrick Mahomes, obviously, and now Lamar. It might be early to ask this question, being that you're just starting to kind of work closely with Lamar, but do you see traits between the two of them comparison-wise?
Of course. I mean, when you have a guy to win the MVP of the league, he definitely has some special attributes. But he's special, just like any other quarterback that's in this league that's playing. He threw great balls today, some balls that went through a couple hands, and it was very special. He threw one ball that I honestly dropped, so he's definitely throwing it around and slinging it pretty fast.
Pete Gilbert.
Hey, Sammy, good to see you. When you hear so much about chemistry, trying to develop it with a quarterback, and you as a veteran, Lamar, still a young quarterback, what are the keys to developing that? What are the things that are most important to you in a relationship to make sure you're on the same page?
For me, it's just really, honestly, being in those right positions, doing everything in my might to get open, and being there at the right time when he's looking to throw me the ball. Everything else is predicated to how Lamar wanted, and I think it's critical for me just to do my job. And I think if I'm doing my job and the wide out and collectively as an offense, I think Lamar's going to continue to be the star he is. We just got to do our job around him.
Jameson Hensley.
Hey, Sammy, a lot has been made about this passing attack, which was finished last year. What have been kind of your first impressions about this scheme, and how much of an improvement do you think this passing attack can take?
I just go out there every day trying to be a leader. I think if I can be a leader and try to help the guys and help myself and learn from them, and we all learn from our coaches, and just really take it serious as far as, getting open. I think this offense been topping the league with running the ball, and if we can correlate both running and passing into the offense, I think this offensive team can be dangerous. But really just go out there and every day just trying to work and put it together. I think that's the critical thing, taking coaching and try to get better.
Jerry Coleman.
Hey, Sammy, how did it feel being out there for the first time? And I noticed right after the first ball was thrown to you, all heck seemed to break loose. What went on out there?
It felt amazing. Definitely kind of upset with myself for missing a week, but it's fun, man. It's a great energy, great vibe, and just a winning culture. And I think I'm out there really just not thinking and being a kid, and that's the most critical thing for me is just playing unconscious and catching balls, running around, blocking, and really just having fun. I think that's this offense, and if I can be a part of something like that, I just can't wait to put it all together and learn the plays, learn the small things, and I think that's critical to me getting out there playing fast.
Any idea what caused that uproar afterwards?
No, I wasn't paying attention. I was on the sideline. I don't know kind of what happened, but I think everything got solved or whatever.
Morgan Adson.
Hey, Sammy, from a leadership standpoint, what's it like to learn a new system, learn Lamar, and then you look around the room, you see all the young receivers that are there probably wanting to take some things and pick some things off you. How do you balance that? You're trying to learn it and also trying to lead this young group of receivers.
Honestly, I played in numerous offenses, but this one is very complex. It's a lot of motion, a lot of moving around. Greg can put you in a lot of different places. And honestly, I'm learning from the young guys right now. They kind of helping me, putting me in certain spots, and I'm learning certain routes from them. So, hats off to those guys. But just really going out there and being able to play fast and go out there really to show my talent. I think that's the most critical thing. But to learn the offense and to where I can play fast, block, and do all the things I can do on the field.
Garrett Downing.
Hey, Sammy, what have your impressions been of Rashad Bateman? And as a fellow first-round wide receiver, do you talk with him at all about kind of the expectations and the pressures that come along with that?
Honestly, I've been watching him for the last 2 weeks, and I think the guy's pretty good. He runs just about every route at a professional level. He's doing just about everything I've seen myself doing as a young receiver or any top guys. I think he's a very special wide receiver. He just have to put it together, take coaching, and be able to maximize his opportunities and go out there and play, when all 11 out there on the field. And I think if he can do that, he can definitely have a bigger role in his offense if G-Row dial him up.
We'll go to Mark Viviano.
Hey, Sammy, you talked about working with young guys. Who can you put yourself back in your rookie position, and who influenced you, and what difference does that make, or did that make for you back then?
I had a couple guys. I had Mike Williams, who was at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Had Robert Woods, who's a great wide receiver right now. Marquise Goodwin. Had a young guys, but man, they taught me the game. They taught me how to play fast, play physical, and literally just take coaching. And that's what I'm trying to bring to this group, man. We got to all want it for each other. We got to be unselfish. And the more we can go out there and play for each other and do whatever in our might to win and not worry about the yards or stats or how many catches. If we have to run the ball 25 times a game, that's what we have to do. We can't worry about who's getting the ball or how many times G-Row's running the ball. We just got to do our jobs.
Take a few more. Kevin Richardson.
Hey, Sammy, you've played for several teams, and how has the chemistry with two coaches in there with Keith and T? I know you had a relationship with T. How is that combination of two coaches for that one position?
I think it's one of the best situations that any young wide receiver or any receiver can be in. You have a route guru, then you have a great coach who knows just about any concepts or how to coach those concepts and different coverages. And we haven't really gotten too deep involved with a lot of stuff, but we just I think every guy in a great situation where you're doing fundamentals with Coach Keith, and then you're getting great coaches from both guys correlating, piggybacking off each other. And just to have two guys on hands and two great guys is definitely what you need to try to be great in this league, and we have that here.
Luke Jones.
Sammy, you talked a little bit about chemistry, about playing without having to think out there. In your experiences now that you've been in some different offenses, played with different quarterbacks, how long does that take? I mean, I know you can always build more chemistry, but how long does it take to get to that point where you feel that comfortable?
Honestly, I think it takes OTAs. It takes, you got camp coming up. It takes all those times that you go into those meetings and being involved with Lamar. And just really just going out there and practicing, going over those plays and having those hiccups of where you might not run the right route. And just attention to details. And I think if I can go out there and all of us can have attention to details and play fast and play physical, I think we'll be okay.
Take two more here. Bobby Trossett.
Sammy, would you have any kind of message or reaction to some of your critics out there that maybe have voiced some doubts or written doubts in terms of whether or not at this point in your career you can stay healthy for a full season?
I really don't focus on that. I think this NFL is 100% injury rate. You're going to have small injuries, hiccups here and there. And I was able to, in the past 8 years, beat us 2 Super Bowls, so I don't really worry about the injuries or anything. We got a lot of wide receivers out there that's going to be great. Only thing I can do is try to maximize and try to stay on the field. And I think we have a good staff here to where we're taking care of our body and stuff like that. So I just got to be in the rooms, getting those ice tubs and working on my body to stay on the field. I think I'm going to be good this year.
We'll close it out here with Jimena Lugo-Latore.
Hi, Sammy. How do you compare OTAs here in Baltimore to the other places you have played at?
It's similar coaches. I think, this is a brotherhood, but I think here it's definitely special. You got a lot of young group of guys on this team and great coaches and great vibe and kind of the same feeling I got from Kansas City with just as far as winning mentality. So I honestly, it feels like Kansas City to me. It feels like a team that's ready to win the Super Bowl, a team that's ready to win and go out there and have fun, put up points, good defense, good special teams, and I'm just happy to be here and be involved with a good organization. I think that's the most critical thing in my career now. Like I'm in one of the best spots I think that I ever chose, probably in my life, just to be on a good team and a good staff, and with good surrounding people.
Hey, Sammy, we really appreciate you taking your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.